This is a greenhouse, and it's built, designed to be like a house. In this case, it's really a terrific building. Wonderful porch, great front yard. You can imagine it in the summertime with the flowers in bloom. Sidewalk is right here. Neighbors can walk up and down this sidewalk, and this house is part of this neighborhood.
You know, we say in the greenhouse, a third of it's the house. So 2/3 is operations and philosophy, but the house is a critical foundation.
Yeah.
So it's about scale, it's about pattern, it's about creating a place for the rhythm of life to occur, but it's only the beginning. It can't be the end of what you do.
Absolutely.
What we hear from people a lot at the beginning is, well, we're gonna make this home-like. And what we always say is, we're not gonna make this home-like, we're gonna make this a home. These houses are right next to each other, 10 people living in each one. I think you say it best. Why should we have these separate from each other instead of connecting them to each other?
Well, you know, I agree with you. I get this question a lot. And, you know, you could say, well, here we have 2 houses. Why not butt them up? And then the next question is, well, golly, we'll build 4 more and we'll butt them all up. And it doesn't take long following that logic to wind up with a 100-bed nursing home. And the fact that the greenhouse is not part of a larger construct or a larger institution, these are really important pieces for helping the elders feel at home, actually to be at home.
Hey, Emma.
How are you?
Really good. Thanks for having us at the house.
Oh, welcome to the Garfield house.
Thanks so much, Emma.
Good to
Welcome.
see you.
It's nice.
Thank you.
So, this is the hearth. The hearth is really based on this idea that a real home needs a focus, needs a center that kind of holds life together. And for most people in America, the kitchen is really central to that. So you can see the kitchen is wide open, and when people are preparing food, they can see what's going on, they can hear what's going on. And then I think one of the really key parts of what the greenhouse is about is this big wooden table. The kitchen table, as you can see, you know, really has the space around it. It's long, but narrow enough to help people have social contact across it. And I think the number one thing I hear back from people is, well, why don't you just divide it all up and have 4 or 5 separate tables? Why one table? And there's really, in my mind, there's a good answer, and that is a family, a community, kind of a fellowship comes together around one table. It's really set up, I think, to help the Shabazim really put good food on the table.
I think what's fun for me with the background as an architect is this meets all of the institutional codes for a kitchen. It has the dishwashing area separate from the food prep area. It has the different sanitation controls, but it looks like the kitchen in your house. So it has the same warmth, it has the same feeling of a place you really want to gather. It has the counter for elders to pull up and be part of the conversation or part of the meal preparation, the sink on the other side for them to use when they need it. So I think it's a real success in how you can accomplish and exceed all of the regulatory standards, but make it a place you'd want to be.
Yeah. The idea that's kind of very central to Greenhouse is that every elder gets a private room with a private bathroom. And those rooms are arranged around the hearth.
Keeping the hearth area together and then making sure that the rooms are as close to that hearth as possible.
Great, well, let's go take a look at the room. I think one of the things you can see is that people can bring their own furniture. You can see that there are personal items out and safely displayed in a secure environment. In this case, a person is using a mobile adjustable bed. In other cases, in other greenhouses, people bring their own bed if that's what works for them. Up here, we have what I think is one of a really wonderful piece of technology, which is an overhead track lift, which is adjustable and can be used to help somebody who cannot get up out of a wheelchair or a seat, and can help somebody get into bed, get out of bed. This track can actually adjust and take a person right into the bathroom, and we'll take a look at the bathroom too. From my opinion, there's all kinds of cool stuff in here. As you can see, the grab bar kind of goes across, but can be removed at a future point if you're going to use the lift and be coming in this way. I think it's very clever. And a roll-in shower with a floor drain here. So the old idea of kind of taking people down the hall to the big tub room and bathing people in sequence in a semi-public way, that's out, gone. And what we have here is a medicine cabinet. And that contains kind of the medications that the person living in this room needs, and it's secure. And it is much more like a person's home than a nursing home is, where the medications are rolled around on a cart.
So it's really about breaking down the institution. It's taking the medicine out of the common areas and returning it to the private space. It's about giving people control over their environment, whether it's temperature or privacy or a door that they can close and be by themselves.
Right. In the greenhouse, there are no strangers. It's important in the greenhouse to have places where families can gather, where elders can come together, where Shabazim and elders can come together, where life can be lived in common. And that's the sum of the hearth and what it's all about.